All right, Shalom. I want to first and foremost start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, and also honor and salutations to those of you who are of the hopeful elect and are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth. All right, so today I wanted to talk about um, some things that have transpired over the last week or so. Through those events, right, I've realized that there are still um, young men who are coming into the truth, and that's still happening. And I just wanted to touch on a couple of things um, in regards to that. Um, you know, how you are how you conduct yourself is of vital importance in the truth, and that is not specifically to young men, but that's for all of us. How we conduct ourselves, not only at camp but outside, is it holds a lot of weight. You know, matter of fact, let me go to the scripture that I'm thinking of right now. This is Lamentations 2:15. It says, "All that pass by clap their hands at thee; they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it." Right. So people look at our nation, and there's a disdain that they have for us. You know, and for me, and I'm sure I speak for many of us when I say this, I don't want to add to that. Jake is we're messed up, man. We're a messed up people, and we have been for some centuries, but so much more so in America because of the level of disenfranchisement that has happened here. Right, our people are in bad case, and I don't want to add to that. Right, I want to be um, somebody who shows that Israel is much more than what they show you on movies and TV and rap songs, right? And I think how we conduct ourselves in this truth is a big part of that, right? It's a big chunk of how we're perceived, because as you can see here in the scripture in the 15th verse, people don't think very highly of our nation, right? So how we behave is important, and how do you express that, right? How do you go about teaching somebody that has had his first taste of the truth, um, that how you conduct yourself is important, right? Whether or not you call yourself GMS, you're still an Israelite, right? And though we do the classifying, right? Some of us say GMS, some of us say IUIC, some of us say ISUPK. Though we do that classifying, when the other nations see us, they don't see us different. Or when the people outside see us, they don't see us as different. So it's important to do this. Let me see. Uh, I don't know. I forget exactly how that scripture goes. Yeah. This ain't the one per se, but let me see. It says and this is 1 Timothy 3:10. It says, "And let these also first be proved, then let them use the office of a deacon, being found blameless." Right. And the scripture I was looking for, It says something along the lines of being blameless to them that are without, right? Meaning, don't just treat the people that are in your camp, or a part of GMS, or a part of whatever camp you happen to be a part of. Don't just treat them with kindness. Treat everybody that is outside of us as well kindly. Um, and I don't think certain people understand that. We There's a lot of us who throughout their life has been maybe picked on, right? Bullied, or you might have been the guy who never got the girl. You never really had no girls around you. Um, you might not have made the basketball team, or you might have gotten embarrassed by the jock or something. You might have been at a party, a dance, or something, and nobody was paying attention to you. Like, let me tell you something. I've been through all of those things, right? And when you've grown up that way, you have to be careful when you come into the truth, because the truth kind of undoes all those things, right? It kind of gives you a second chance at making those things right, so to speak. And a lot of times you carry it with carry the truth vengefully, right? And you go out there, and every chance you get, you want to attack, but that's not what this truth is about. And there are some people who just don't understand that, right? Um, so I wanted to talk a little bit about rebuke and the importance of it, right? Um, we had a situation years ago, the elder Adam and myself, or the camp as a whole. Let me not say it that way. We had a situation where there was a man who came amongst us who we thought learned on the GMS. We thought was a part of a GMS camp, and he gave the impression that he was going to be with us. And this was at a time where the doors were still open for us to pull new people into the camp. And we thought that he was, like I said, he gave the impression that he was going to be in our camp, right? He was leaving from one GMS camp and coming to this one, for whatever the reason may have been. And there was a couple of things that happened. We're at camp, and we're trying to conduct camp, and he would splinter off and try to talk to specific people in the crowd, right? That was one thing. And then the second thing was, I think he came late one day, or he didn't show up at all, didn't call anybody. And then so the elder and myself, we said we're gonna have to have a council with the man, and lay our grievances out on the table, and and from there, we'll see how the situation goes. And I said to the elder, I said, how he handles um, this rebuke is going to show us what type of person he is. And it was very true. After that council, he left, and we never saw him again. I mean, we've seen him here and there. He lives in the same area as us, so we always see him, right? But as far as being in the camp with us, that never happened again. And we never kicked him out. He just never, I guess it wasn't for him. Um, and I tell that story to say that's for all of us. Rebuke, or let me say it this way: how rebuke is handled is the mark of a man, right? Matter of fact, let me see something, because I saw something that reminded me of that scripture. Well, or reminded me of what I just said. Give me 1 second here, Shalakia. Um, yeah, let me see which one was it. Let me try to go up in Proverbs. I think that's where it was. Right, 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 right. Right. So let me read this. This is Proverbs 9:8. It says, "Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee." Right. So how that person takes the rebuke is is indicative of what type of person he is, whether or not he's a scorner or he's a wise man, right? And people, man, we are um, narcissistic to say the least. Well, Jake has a lot of mental disorders that they don't understand, and that they've gone undiagnosed, right, with these mental disorders, and they don't realize they have them. And it's weird to me to want to be a part of something so significant, right? So that is so much bigger than you, and think that you're going to be able to do it the way you want to do it, and nobody's ever going to say nothing to you. That's weird. That's a weird way to approach life, period, let alone the truth. But to approach life that way, period, where you don't want nobody saying nothing to you that you've done wrong, and your answer to that is to just go out by yourself, or to just be by yourself, to be alone, right? I know this guy who um his philosophy is, he doesn't like conflict, and he doesn't like confrontation. So he much rather be a single man than to deal with the conflict that comes with being in a relationship with a woman. And it's kind of like the same thing here. Like conflict is natural. Whenever there are two people involved in anything, or two or more people involved in anything, there is going to be conflict. How you handle that conflict, how you move through that conflict, is the mark of who you are, man. It's the mark of who you are. If you think that you're not going to have conflict, and if you're going to spend your life trying to avoid it, it's a very lonely road. And the scriptures speak against somebody wanting to be alone and be by themselves. There's power in being with a brotherhood, so that you can be corrected, so that you can be fixed. But like I said, there are some people who are just are just narcissists, man, and they don't handle rebuke well, and they only can function if they look good. And who like you, it's like, if you look today, like at a street fight, right? One thing I hate about street fights, and watching them, they're widely entertaining, because it looks crazy. But the one thing that's annoying about it is most people are leaned backwards, trying not to get hit. So no real connection is happening with the punches, because they're leaning backwards to avoid the hit, right? And but what makes boxing so pretty, right? What makes it such a beautiful sport to look at, is that the fighter understands that getting hit is a part of the game. That's a part of the action of the fight, right? So like, if you look at it, like, if you follow the analogy, right? If you look at it in terms of life, rebuke is like a jab that you missed, right? But what does that jab do? It might not put you down. A jab won't put you down, right? It's the other fighter measuring his distance on you, right? And setting up another punch, right? But it ain't gonna necessarily put you down. There are some people that have been put down by a jab, but the punch is not designed to put you down, right? It's a setup punch, right? But what does it do? When you get hit with that jab, you say, "Oh shit!" Then you put your guard up, right? You put your guard up. Now you've fortified yourself against the jab, right? And it's like that in life, right? Rebuke is like a jab. And when you get jabbed, you say, "Oh shit, that hurt. That woke me up. Let me make sure that this jab doesn't happen again," right? And that you can't go into battle the battle of life, leaning back, expecting to get a good connection on a punch. You got to lean into it, right? And come under the punches, not lean away from them, because now you're off balance and you get hit, you going down. You got to lean forward and come underneath the punches, or lean forward and roll with them. But to lean back, you're gonna get your ass knocked the fuck out, man. You're gonna get your ass knocked the fuck out trying not to get hit. That's what the truth is about. This is why it says this. Matter of fact, let me see if it'll pull up here. Because sometimes the apocrypha don't pull up like right now. So let me do this. Let me do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Sirach 2. This is Sirach 2 and 1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble." What did you think? That the truth was you was only gonna feel good? Did you was gonna come in the truth and there was only gonna be good feelings? Do you think you're above reproach? It's not a good position to be in your life, to feel like you're above reproach, right? And what stuck out to me right when I was reading is constantly endure, right? Meaning what? All the time you're going to deal with things that you have to get yourself out of in a way, right? Or you're gonna have to be strong enough to push through it. Listen, man, the truth is not for you; it's for the Lord. You're not in the truth for yourself. You're not in the truth for yourself. You're in the truth for the brotherhood. You're in the truth to roll out the red carpet for the Lord Yahweh Shai. You're in the truth so that our nation as a whole can make it. Not you. Fuck you. And that's the mentality you have to have. Fuck you. Fuck you. Right? Who are we? We've all been rebuked, man. And if you think you was coming in the truth for it not to happen to you, you're sadly mistaken, man. You're sadly mistaken. Toughen up, right? Like my man Rico said and paid in full. What'd he say? Get you a thermometer, get some soup, right? Pull your skirt down and get back out there, man. Get back out there. Start, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Rebuke don't last that long, but and what I mean by that is like the pain from it, right? The pain from getting rebuked don't last that long, but the lesson that you get from the rebuke lasts you a lifetime, man. It lasts you a lifetime, you know. So let me continue on. It says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end," right? That's the point of rebuke, right? To be increased, to you get better, right? There's this, the elder Adama, he explained it to me properly, but I thought of it one way, but he explained it to me where there's this fighting style where they just kick each other in the shins, and what they're doing is they're destroying all the nerve endings in their shins, so when they fight, that when they get kicked in the legs, it doesn't hurt as much. And that's what's happening, right? This is toughening you up. This journey, this walk in the truth is toughening you up. And that's all rebuke is. It's just a way to toughen you up, man. It's just to toughen you up. It's not personal. Nothing that we do is personal. And if you take it personally, you're gonna fall by the wayside, man. You know. Verse 4 says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate." Right. When you get rebuked, man, if somebody getting on you, you gonna be patient, man. That doesn't last forever. Trust me, man. It's just a pain that is temporary. It doesn't last forever. You'll be all right, man. you gonna, you gonna be all right, man. You gonna be all right. All right. It says, this is one of my favorite scriptures right here, verse 5. It says, For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, right? And like you don't get to choose where your adversity comes from. You don't get to choose what you think is adverse and what you think, that I don't want to deal with that. That's something I'm not here for. No, you don't choose your adversity. The Lord does. Okay? Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall. Right? So it's you'll be all right, man. Rebuke only lasts for a little while. So let me go over here and read some more of these scriptures that I had written down. They all right here. I just typed in the word rebuke, and as you see, so it's Proverbs 13:1. It says, "A wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke." You know, this is not meant to be a feel good thing, man. It feels good, but it's not what that is what it is for in particular, right? Let me go to this next one. This is Proverbs 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. See, this is a part of this thing. Matter of fact, where was that one where it talked about? I think it's Second Timothy. Let me see. Second Timothy. Yeah, I want to go up in here. I want to go up in here. This is Second Timothy 4:1. It says, "Charge thee therefore before the Most High and the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing in his kingdom. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, right? Rebuke, right? Exhort with all long suffering and doctrine." Right? Well, let's go into some of these words. Let's go into some of these words. Reprove. Reprove. Let's play it. I haven't done that in a while.
Strong's G 1651. Elegho. Elegho.
Alejo, right? Let's see. Let me see. To convict, right? Refute, confute, generally with a suggestion of shame of the person convicted. Man, I think some of us don't realize what we're involved in here. Right? It says by conviction to bring to the light, to expose, to find fault with, correct, right? By word, to reprehend severely, chide, admonish, reprove, right? To call to account, show one his fault, demand an explanation. By deed, to chasten, to punish, man. These things are all important and they're all vital in the building of character. You don't have it figured out. I know you think you do, but you don't, you know. But I guess you can't save everybody. But uh, let's keep going. Rebuke.
Strong's G 2008. Epitimao. Epitimao.
To show honor to, right? To honor, right? Imagine that. To rebuke somebody, right, is to show honor to them. To raise the price of, to a judge, right? To raise the price of, meaning what? To raise the standard. When you rebuke somebody, what are you doing? You're showing them what that standard is. You're raising the standard to them, right? To a judge, award in the sense of merited penalty. yo, yo, this is a bad word right here, man. To tax with fault, rate, chide, rebuke, reprove, censor severely. To admonish or charge sharply. These are all a part of being in the truth, man. Right? And exhort, we should probably say much of the same thing.
Strong's G 3870. Parakaleo. Parakaleo.
Right. It says to call to one side, call for, summon, to address, speak to, right? Call to, call upon, which may be done in the way of exhortation, entreaty, comfort, instruction, to admonish, right? To beg, entreat, beseech, to strive, to appease by entreaty, to console, to encourage, and strengthen by consolation, to comfort. All these things are a part of the truth, man. Right? All of these things. We can't decide or choose which things we're willing to deal with, and which things we're not willing to deal with. Right? For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. But watch thou in all things, endure affliction, there that is again. Do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of that ministry. Right? So let me go. That was that one. Let me go here. Oh boy. Ecclesiastes 7:5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. Now, think about this, man. What is the song of fools, right? Like, like I thought of it this way, right? It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than to hear the song of fools. The song of fools is what you endure from not listening to the rebuke, right? The song of fools meaning all the trouble that you go through because you didn't listen to rebuke. You going through all the growing pains on your own instead of listening to the instruction. That's the song of fools. Because what's gonna happen? You're gonna be complaining. This hurts. Ow. When I told you not to touch the iron in the first place. you know. All right. So I think that's it, man. I was gonna read something else, but I think I'm done. So all in all, man, the point I'm trying to make is like for two things. One, there's still young brothers coming into the truth that you're going to have to instruct um, on how to behave themselves, because what happens is in your youth, right? You look at something and you take the glorified things of it and you try to imitate the glorified things, right? And you don't understand that um, there's a journey that was had in order to get to that glorified thing, right? So you have to be ready to instruct these younger brothers that are coming in that you can't imitate me. I've been doing this for a while. Likewise, we can't imitate the apostles. They give us an example of how to live, but we can't be them. We have to earn our stripes in this truth, right? And then the second point was, that this is a part of the truth to be told what to and to not do. So hopefully it was edifying. Um, oh man, I wanted. There's so much I want to say, but I'll refrain from saying it. But hopefully it was edifying. Again, I'll give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Honor and salutations to the elect. With that, I say shalom.